server.
Game 1, time in. 0-0. Side out.
Her serve off the tape and in the kitchen. Should also note Lea Jansen's going to be joining us in the booth after this match. Either way it goes for the men's singles finale and mixed doubles first match. Wild return from Jansen.
1-0.
Drop volley, what a point for Fahey.
Two zero. Point.
Feels like a slower start here for Jansen than maybe she would hope.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there on the off the net cord.
Point.
Just out for Jansen, staying back at the baseline. Never had against Annalie Waters, who breezed through to the finals in 20 minutes time.
Point.
Nice return from Jansen.
Five zero. Point.
Fahey's not missing. I believe I see her fiance Charlie down at her bench, if I'm not mistaken. Not 100% sure, but these two are getting married, I believe, in October. It's coming up.
Yep, he popped the question. She said yes. Maybe a married woman soon.
Always good when that happens. Nice. Big Fahey ripping and roaring.
Seven zero. Point. Timeout.
Well, if you're Lea Jansen, you just flush this one and move on for game 2, I would think.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can do, you know, when you're...
I'm going to get out here and I'm going to compete at the highest level, picked up in the 2024 MLP draft. Took gold from Caitlin Christian in Utah and did not look back.
She's really proved herself in women's doubles and mix as well. She's not just a singles player.
Yes.
She kind of, you know, everyone kind of starts like that when they get into pickleball. If you're coming from tennis or any type of that background, pretty good at singles, but she's worked pretty hard, and it's been exciting to see kind of her transition into being a really good mixed doubles partner and a women's doubles partner.
Side out.
Painting the lines.
Mentioned that Utah gold for Fahey last year. She also took gold from Brooke Buckner in Vegas. That was in October. Took gold in Milwaukee for her 3rd gold. And then gold number 4 was in North Carolina, where she currently resides. Had a big job in New York City at Amex.
8-0.
Told her boss, hey, I kind of got drafted at MLP. It's pro pickleball, I gotta go. Got to take the sport seriously, and off she went. One of the greatest. And Lea Jansen, give her credit too. 5 career titles in women's singles, 18 silvers. That means a lot of finals in her veteran career, 15 bronze.
I would imagine she's playing Annalie a lot.
0-8.
Yes.
Side out. Eight zero.
Oh my.
Point.
Teardrop angle from Kate Fahey. Cross court and a beauty from the forehand wing.
I mean,
how hard is the shot to hit?
pretty hard because usually you're in singles, you're kind of going 100% swing, 90% swing there. You kind of got to do the same take back and just slow it down a little bit. You feather that nicely just to be able to roll that right over the net.
Point.
She's on a tear right now, not really missing anything, painting the lines. Not a lot you could do.
Pickle points, game points for Kate Fahey.
(10-0).
Jansen gets back to her game, gets back to the net, doesn't matter. Kate Fahey hits the clean pass to take game one. 11-0. Fahey, one game away. And you feel like, I've played my best pickleball. Why am I not able to find that level here?
Yeah, I mean, it happens in pickleball.
Right.
It's all about momentum, and sometimes you just can't find it.
And it happens so fast.
It happens so fast, and you sometimes you want to just crawl up in a ball out there because it's like what do you do? Sometimes when your opponent's playing that well, you're playing a little bit off. You just very, very mental, and it's not like it's hard to find that feel. You know, it's not like tennis where you have some strings and you can really kind of like feel the ball. Sometimes it's just hard to find, but I think Lea just needs to, let that first one go. Look at his little fluke. Kate played super well, but, it's a new game.
2-0.
New game, but a 2-point lead still on the side of Kate Fahey. Drop volley, there it is for Jansen. Fahey's there, easy follow-up chance. Well played, Jansen has the crowd cheering for her.
Good speed from Kate just to get there, but Lea with a nice touch with those hands. Put a little spin on that, make it a little harder to get to.
0-2.
It's wide for Fahey. Jansen is on the board. Crowd supports. Sometimes you just need to get one. Slow it down, 1 point at a time.
Yeah, you never know when that momentum is just right around the corner. You've got to stay mentally tough. Stay in it until you kind of just get that little turn.
Point.
Fahey just missed it. Jansen locks it up at 2.
(2-2). Side out.
Also, something a lot of people don't talk about, you know, when you play on center court, you got a bunch of fans, and maybe you're not playing well, you're not really having good long points, and the crowd's not really getting into it. That plays a big factor because you're kind of out there and you're like, man, there's all these people and no one's making a peep.
That's a good
and
point.
so it's kind of like you're kind of isolated and you're stuck, and sometimes there's nowhere to run. You just gotta kind of face it head on and try to come up with some magic and just get the crowd on your side in some way.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's a very lonely feeling, though, I'll tell you that.
Side out.
There's a nice battle from Lea Jansen. Yeah, to your point, not everybody has a twin at their bench, and 3 courts down with the telepathy that you two share.
Yeah, I could talk to him from a football field away. Just reading each other's lips.
2-3. Side out. (3-2). Side out. (2-3). Side out.
Gosh, Kate Fahey's just locked in. She's hitting the ball on a dime. Wherever she wants the ball to go, it's going there.
3-2. Point.
See Jansen trying to get up to the net.
4-2.
Jansen will take the timeout. Take the break in the action.
Wait probably 4 years, 5 years, maybe more for someone to catch that record. The amount that she wins is just unfathomable.
Side out.
Sign out given to Lea Jansen, who called timeout in frustration, still looking for her full rhythm. We've seen sparks of it. Lea Jansen, one of the great veterans of the game, has been around it a long time, back when this was not a full-time job. Nice. There's her magic. Lea Jansen has reach, and she has the precision. Take another look. Drop volley to set it up. Nice track down by Fahey, but Jansen sprawls the other way to open up the court.
Good effort staying out of the kitchen there.
3-4.
Tiptoeing her way out of the court.
Jansen ties it up.
It's a gritty point from Jansen. Sometimes that's all it takes. You just got to dig deep and scrap out a couple points, and that could be the turn. That's some of the momentum that we're talking about. Just got to see if you can ride that and just build on it 1 point at a time.
4-4. Side out.
Step forward a couple steps back. Fahey back to work now. We'll take the break. See if she climbs closer to taking game number 2.
Point.
Great effort from Kate, just getting it in the net there. Good approach, good volley. Lea staying in there though. She keeps fighting. You just got to
5-4.
keep knocking on the door.
Point.
Big serve from Kate Fahey.
Nice contact for Jansen. Something to note too, the paddle regulations making these paddles a little less
6-4.
gritty. So we've seen
Yeah,
some
little less spin.
we've seen some misses we don't usually see. So everyone adjusts to their new paddles.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because this lifetime ball, I like it. It's a little heavier, I'd say, a little more dense, and it kind of goes through the air quicker. And sometimes you need a little bit of grit to get that
4-6.
control and spin. So we'll see kind of what they do with that and see if there's any feedback from the players.
Side out.
Great push from Fahey. Take another look to her backhand wing, just grabs it and rolls it the other way.
I think what Kate does really well right now, especially, is
6-4.
she's not over-hitting. She's not kind of swinging at 100%. She's putting a nice smooth swing on there. You know, letting the paddle do the work, trusting her shot. Sometimes a 75% swing is better because it's actually going over the net and naturally dropping away from your opponent, especially if they're at the net. Sometimes if you're hitting it too hard, it's getting there, it's kind of just sitting up and there's no time for it to drop.
Timeout server, 4-6, 45 seconds.
It's when it's like
Time in.
nice to have a voice of reason there to just give you what you need.
Yeah, I think there's pros and cons to both.
Oh, what a battle from Fahey. Gets to the kitchen, earns the hands battle.
Going back to what we were saying about coaching, sometimes when you do have a coach, sometimes you rely on it too much. You're constantly looking over, you're constantly looking at some type of answer from them, like they're going to win the match for you. I think sometimes it's good to kind of just find it within yourself and really focus and dig deep. And there's something to be said for you to be able to figure it out and analyze it by yourself. I mean, you are alone out there, and I mean that's what some of the greats do. You see, in other sports, tennis and kind of the people who just put their head down and stick with it and not really looking for answers outside of the court is there's something to be said about that.
Side out.
Deep serve for Jansen. Yeah, Jansen has talked about that too on her side, just her journey with different voices and how she's kind of had to navigate that, finding her own way of who to trust, who to listen to, and becoming a little more self-reliant in that way. Nice return. Knifing volley. What a play from Jansen.
What a ball. What a great return. Cross court, low and away. Took advantage by coming to the net and taking the ball out of the air. Putting a little pressure on Kate Fahey.
4-6.
Oh,
Side out.
thought she painted the sideline with that one. Might be worth the challenge. Not sure Jansen will, though. These two, again, friends off the court, usually you're even more honest with your line calls against somebody you know well.
4.
And it is out. There it is. Dipping shot down the line from Jansen on the backhand wing. So earlier you mentioned Jansen maybe keeping it more to the middle on Fahey. Do you think Fahey's more effective from the wings then because of those angles she can carve out?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she can pass very well, but she can also hit that kind of dipping drop that, you know, it's really tough when you're coming to the net and it's slow and away from you. So I'd say hit hard and just approach to the middle, and it completely takes out, you know, those angles that most of these players are so good at executing. Especially if you can get it hard through the middle where it kind of goes through the court, you have even less time to make a decision.
Goes off speed with the serve there to Jansen. Oh, nifty play for Fahey. Had the proper...
6-6.
Wild for Fahey. We've got men's singles coming up next after this one. Chris Hayward, the 57 seed. Could call him the Cinderella story, but he's really not a 57 seed. But still has to, you still have to earn it against the best players in the world, which are on the PPA Tour, which is why he's playing on this tour. One of those best is Tui Nation, Connor Garnett. That'll follow this match.
Yeah, Chris Hayward, super dominant on the APP, and now he's signed with the PPA, wanting to play with the best. It's tricky because, I mean, this tournament, you had Chris Hayward playing Ben Johns
in the
first round.
Round of 64.
Second round, yeah.
I mean, if you're Ben Johns, you're like, seriously? I saw this guy in a final last year.
You did not want to see him as the 57 seed.
Ben Johns withdrew due to illness. Inside out. Beauty from Kate Fahey. Feathers it to the angle. I've seen a lot of the singles players working that angle right now. Christian Alshon did it against Hunter. Pull a little bit off of it. And why is that hard to read or hard to manage on the other side?
Well, if you can get around your backhand and set up for a forehand, you kind of set up early and show, you know, kind of get ready so that you can hit anything. And the earlier you can prepare, the better it is. And I mean, if you have all the shots, it's hard to read. And kind of throwing a slow, you know, third shot drop behind them or you know, cross court, inside out, it sets it up perfectly. And even bonus if you're rushing the net, you know, when the person at the net is turning to kind of get that ball, they're not seeing you even come in. So sneaking in is key.
Side out.
It's too good by Kate Fahey.
Yeah, it is.
She is threading the needle right now, just hitting. I mean, I wouldn't say that shot was even that open. And Lea kind of guessed there and was kind of sitting on it, but just too good.
6-7. Point.
That's big. Fahey breaks back the lead on her side by a point.
I mean, Lea's not playing bad either. That was an
7-7.
really good return, really deep. But Kate's just Someone finding the court.
Side out.
Great hands from Lea Jansen there. And that's the key right now is kind of short volleys, bringing Kate into the net. You don't want to see her on the baseline. Her passing shots are definitely on today, as they usually are.
7-7 the score now here in game 2.
Lea's just really fighting, just keep knocking on the door. You know, if you can just squeeze out this game, anything can happen in a third, especially, you know, on a semifinal, center court, bunch of fans.
Fahey off of 7 moves to 8.
Eight, 7.
How about it? 2 points away from a championship Sunday battle for the books with Annalie Waters. How many times have we seen it between Fahey and Waters recently?
Just threading the needle.
Corner pocket, buries it. Match point for Kate Fahey.
Ten, 7. Point game match.
Fahey wraps it up. She is moving on to Championship Sunday, powering through, chasing the title, a Grand Slam title against Annalie Waters.
I mean, that's as good as you can play. Kate really didn't miss a lot. She was basically every shot she wanted to hit, she hit it. She hit it right on the spot.
Not the outcome Lea Jansen was hoping for, but it was Kate Fahey who took her down and will play Annalie Waters in Championship Sunday match.
Yes, letting out some frustration all over that Yola paddle, but it is the 2 seed. Kate Fahey moving on to Championship Sunday. Clearly the number 2 player in the world. The results are there. First game was speedy and quick. We thought maybe that would extend to game 2. Lea Jansen did put up a good fight, but you saw the frustration at the end there. Did not go her way, and we're excited that Kate Fahey is moving on to Championship Sunday.
And quickly into the Pickleball Central desk.
That was fast. Did you run here?
Yeah. Bye, Charlie. Congratulations, hard-fought battle. You're into tomorrow's final. You win the first game 11-0. You're playing lights out, barely missing anything. But what do you tell yourself before you head into game 2? Because sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking winning 11-0, knowing they're going to fight back even harder.
For sure, yeah. I literally whispered to Charlie, my fiance, I was like, this is when she plays her best. So I was expecting her best. She hit some amazing shots in the second set. Like, there wasn't much I could do. I knew it would be a battle, but I'm honestly really happy with how, like, mentally composed I was. I think that's something that I've been working on a lot recently. And so in moments like, you know, when it gets to 6-6, 7-7, that's when the composure really, really helps, and I'm glad I came away with it.
Yeah, you led me into my second question. 6-6, 7-7, maybe a missed forehand pass that you're not used to. What do you tell yourself in those moments to correct maybe the mistakes and find those passing shots down the stretch?
Yeah, I think it was just having a little more margin. You know, she's really, really hard to pass. She covers the net extremely well, and I think she anticipates where I'm going really well. And so I kind of just told myself, like, make her hit one more ball. If she hits a volley winner, then too good. But I want to make her play, and I don't want to miss wide or miss in the net. So that's kind of what I told myself down the stretch, and I think I made some really good passes there.
You play Annalie Waters tomorrow. You spoke yesterday on that you watch Pickleball TV app all the time, so you've watched a lot of previous matches, I imagine. To get into specifics, what do you think has been the difference in past matches between you and Annalie Waters?
Yeah, I mean, last time we played in Atlanta, I took a game. We went 3, which, you know, I was happy about. I made progress there. I mean, she's extremely, extremely hard to play. She really doesn't have many weaknesses. I think I really just have to think about myself and think about my game plan. You know, it's hitting hard, it's hitting deep, and it's coming into the net and taking time away. So I'm going to think about it as any other match, and I'm going to go out there and just give it my all.
Speaking about your composure out there and how mentally tough that you have grown in the past few months, what have you been doing off court in order to bring that composure on court?
Yeah, I've actually been seeing a sports psychologist recently for the past about almost a year, and he has just made the biggest difference. You know, I think mental health is huge in sports and it's not talked about enough. And so he's really, really helped me in just, harnessing some of that emotion and passion that I have. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's what you do with it. And so I'm really working on that and, staying composed, and I think it's really been helping me.
Speaking of mental health, how did you feel after Michigan lost last week, and then they're playing against Central Michigan today? Are you going to be watching that game today?
I am, yeah. Last week was tough. I may have turned off the television. No, but I'm a huge Michigan fan. Go Blue always, and I hope they kind of make a comeback this season.
And how important is it, and how much fun is it to have your fiance on the bench, Charlie, with you?
It's so fun. He had a flight last night, and I was like, well, depending on how it goes today, you might have to cancel that flight. And so I was kind of waiting, and then when I won yesterday, I was like, keep the flight, now you're coming. So I'm so excited that he's here. I mean, he is just the best, and just seeing him on the side of the court during a match just gives me so much peace inside, and knowing that he's here, and we're getting married in 3 weeks. So
oh my goodness.
There he is.
There he is right there. Do you guys get to do fun things at night, explore the Cincinnati area? Have you found any good restaurants here, or anything different than maybe other times you visited?
Yeah, we're actually staying with one of his best friends from college, and he works for the Cincinnati Bengals, and so him and his girlfriend know the area super well, and so we've been hanging out, going to some good restaurants, maybe gonna do some shopping. I'm unfortunately not in mixed or doubles, so I have some time today, so yeah.
Watch football and shopping.
True. What could go wrong?
Not much, but congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Kate Fahey solidifying herself, going up against Annalie Waters tomorrow in the championships. Good luck. We're going to go back to our last singles match of the day. Chris Hayworth taking on Connor Garnett. Who will play Christian Alshon in tomorrow's finals? Mish.
1 minute to match start, gentlemen.
Cam, thanks so much. We've got a fun one coming up next on center courts. Connor Garnett against the 57th seed Chris Hayworth, as we take a look at the best of Yola recap. Hunter Johnson and Christian Alshon squaring off earlier today. Christian Alshon moved on to the final, and now what gives here? Yates Johnson, when we have you for a bit more analysis as we look at this matchup, Chris Hayworth and Connor Garnett, what's your prediction? And give us the inside scoop.